Disasters of this nature which happened a couple of weeks back in this country has a big ramification in terms of the human rights safeguards of the affected community. So natural disaster itself leads to damage of lives and property, as well as in displacement in a bigger scale. So people have to leave their place of origin. People have to find a shelter, and they have to look for medical service and food and everything. So it is all related to the human rights safeguards, the economic rights. For example, when there is no food available, it's a question of right to food, and also the question of right to education for children who have been displaced from the community, right to health of the people who have been wounded, and there are also issues of gender-based violence that takes place, particularly when there are incidences of this kind of catastrophe, when people are displaced, when people have to float around in search of their safety and security. So all kind of rights, right to food, as I mentioned earlier, right to education, right to health, right to housing. These are all rights which have been enshrined in our new constitution. So these are justiciable and court challengeable. So if the state fails to fulfill these rights to the people, then there is always an opportunity to seek redress. So our legal team here, through our human rights law clinic, served this purpose. If there are complaints, it collects the complaints, and based on the complaints, so the redress mechanism is exhausted through the human rights clinic. So the human rights community, and particularly our organization, does fact-finding, field monitoring, and as well as serving the community from human rights perspective. It's not only a question of relief and humanitarian work. It's a question of how to support those people who have been affected and displaced because of the catastrophe. So in summary, INHUREDIN International has a broader coverage in terms of both human rights and humanitarian work, not only in the country, but also beyond the border.